It's 3 a.m. You're awake. Not tired awake. Wide awake. Your phone is off, your room is dark, and somewhere in the back of your mind, a quiet panic starts to build, because you've been told this is broken. But the real answer is far stranger. You are not broken, you are ancient. For most of your life, you've assumed a good night's sleep means 8 uninterrupted hours. One long block, lights out, lights on. So if you wake up in the middle of the night, something feels wrong, you reach for your phone, you check the time, you wonder what's wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. Historian Roger Ekirch spent over a decade digging through old court records, diaries, and medical texts from before the Industrial Revolution. And what he found rewrote what we thought we knew about human sleep. People didn't sleep in one block, they slept in two. First sleep, then an hour or two of quiet wakefulness in the middle of the night, then second sleep. That gap had a name. People called it the watch. During the watch, people prayed, they talked, they had sex, they visited neighbors. Some just lay in the dark and thought it wasn't a disorder, it was a scheduled, expected part of the night, as normal as lunch. So what happened to it? Artificial light happened, gas lamps, then electric bulbs, pushed bedtime later and compressed the night into a single block. The watch didn't disappear because it was unhealthy. It disappeared because the modern world had no room for it. Your ancestors didn't fight their 3 a.m. wakefulness, they lived inside it. But go back further. Long before candles, long before beds, long before roofs. Go back to a time when your ancestors slept on open ground, in the grass, under a sky full of predators they couldn't see. Sleep back then wasn't a retreat from danger. It was a gamble with it. Neuroscientist Jerome Siegel at UCLA wanted to know what sleep actually looked like before electricity, before mattresses, before any of it. So he studied 3 modern hunter-gatherer groups who still live without artificial light: the Hadza of Tanzania, the San of Namibia, and the Tsimane of Bolivia. What he found surprised almost everyone. These groups didn't sleep more than people in industrialized cities. If anything, they slept slightly less. And their sleep wasn't one clean block either. It was fragmented, watchful, tuned to the rhythm of temperature and darkness rather than any clock. People woke in the night, moved around the fire, checked on children, listened, because a fully unconscious human, alone, on open ground, in total darkness, is prey. Somewhere in your evolutionary past, the humans who slept too deeply, too consistently, too predictably, were more likely to be caught off guard. The humans who woke periodically, who stayed lightly tethered to their surroundings even in sleep, were more likely to notice the rustle in the grass, more likely to survive the night, more likely to pass that trait forward. Your instinct to wake at 3 a.m. for no reason, your light, fragile sleep in unfamiliar places, your tendency to snap awake at a strange sound, none of that is a flaw in the system. It is the system. Anthropologist Carol Worthman has spent years studying what she calls sleep ecology, the idea that sleep isn't just a biological process happening inside your skull. It's shaped by your environment, your social group, and how safe you feel. In small hunter-gatherer communities, people rarely slept alone. Sleep was communal, shared around a fire, with the group functioning almost like a rotating watch system. Someone was always a little bit awake. Someone was always listening. You don't have a fire circle anymore. You have a locked door and a phone on the nightstand, but your brain doesn't fully know that. This is why unfamiliar hotel rooms wreck your sleep the first night. Researchers call it the first night effect. One half of your brain stays more alert than the other, scanning the unfamiliar space for threats while you sleep. It's not anxiety. It's an ancient guard system still clocked in, still doing its job, in a world that no longer needs it the way it once did. Think about that. The next time you wake at 3 a.m., in your own bed, heart steady, room quiet and still, your mind flickers on, like a pilot light, you are not failing to sleep. Some very old part of you is simply taking its shift. And here's the part that should change how you feel about tonight. That so-called insomnia, the frustration, the checking of the clock, the feeling that something's wrong, much of that discomfort isn't caused by the waking itself. It's caused by what you've been told the waking means. Before electric light, waking in the night wasn't feared. It was used. People didn't lie there panicking about lost sleep. They used the watch for reflection, for connection, for quiet thought. Ekirch found that many historical writers describe this middle-of-the-night waking as one of the most peaceful parts of their day. No demands, no tasks, just stillness. Somewhere along the way, that stillness got rebranded as a problem to solve. So what do you do with this? Tonight, when you wake up at 3 a.m. and your brain reaches instantly for that old familiar dread, you could reach for your phone, flood your eyes with light, and convince your ancient nervous system that danger has passed and it can power down. Or you could try something stranger. You could let it be the watch. Lie there. Don't check the time. Let your mind drift the way your ancestors' minds drifted around a dying fire, half listening to the dark, half thinking about tomorrow. No panic required, no timer running, just the oldest kind of waiting there is. Because your ancestors weren't victims of broken sleep. They were built for watchful nights, tuned by hundreds of thousands of years to stir in the darkness, take stock, and settle back down. That switch still lives in you. It never got the memo that the world changed. So tonight, when you wake up in the dark for no reason at all, remember what cavemen actually did. They didn't panic. They kept watch.